is the Hydrapak Morro, and it's a competitor with like Camelbak and other smaller backpacks that also have sort of a hydro thing inside along with the straw here. What really separates this one and kind of makes it cool is this magnetic connector thing here. The overall fit and feel and the way that the water pouch seals and connects. And you know, it's big enough for sort of a backpack. Maybe you've got your cell phone or wallet to kind of go in here. It's just a convenience kind of thing, and it's perfect for a short little hike like the one I'm on right now. So you can just head out, you've got everything you need, but you're free and it's light. So we'll kind of continue forward and I'll show you some of the more features. Here I've got the Hydrapak Morro and Camelbak Mule. And as you can see, they almost look similar. I mean, the colors, the patterns, everything, the size. And I initially got this one for mountain biking just because I wanted to be able to put all my gear, my tools and everything in it, maybe a light coat or raincoat, and still have access to water while I was riding without having to reach down and get my water bottle. So mountain biking was a good choice for this. And I'd had this for a year or two, and recently I was looking to get something for walking around, and I spotted this Hydrapak, and really these could kind of, you know, they could double for each other. But I thought this was really cool. There were a lot of features and design improvements that I saw in this pack that I thought would come in handy, and so I picked it up. And the first one, and the most obvious one, is this magnetic clip right here. So that's what keeps the hose out of your face when you're walking around. And you can put this little connector anywhere on the pack. You can put it here on the cross strap or down lower here, and you can slide this magnetic piece on the tube up and down, and that's really cool. The second piece actually has to do with the tube as well. You'll notice there's the bite valve on the Camelbak one right here, and it's pretty simple, you know, and it works, it's effective, right? And this is the original, I think. But this is kind of the improved version by Hydrapak, and what it offers is an on-off valve, so you can actually twist this and it goes to off, and then you don't have to worry, like if you're riding down a bumpy trail on your mountain bike or something, water isn't necessarily going to be dribbling out because it shuts it off. And in really cold weather, like if you're snowboarding with one of these or something, first of all, you can get insulated tubes if that's the case. But if you're snowboarding, I've actually taken this snowboarding before, and you know, water starts to freeze up in this, and it can start to drip out and freeze onto your coat, you know, and then your coat gets frozen. It's just kind of a bummer. And so this is a little improvement here, but it goes a long way, and I wanted to recognize that. The other big improvements, well, I guess before I jump off to those, you know, they each have pockets on the front right here. You know, you go in here, you've got a place to clip your keys, and I kind of like the design of the Camelbak Mule a little bit better this way. It's got a connector here, and you can kind of stuff stuff in here. I think I've even put a helmet in here, and it's adjustable, so you can expand this front pocket. And right now I have my biking gloves in there. So that's cool. You know, you can see there's a lot of space there. The Hydrapak's, you know, it's a little simpler. It's more designed to have a big internal carrying case. There isn't so much external stuff. I mean, you've got like a little pocket on the front here for keys and stuff, and it's got, you know, tiny little, you know, just kind of basic. It doesn't have the key clip connector thing there. You've got another little pack right here, little zipper pocket area. And actually, this is the one that does. So this does also have a key connector. They both do. This one's up here. And of course, it's kind of built for MP3. It's got the little, you know, like squishy rubber thing so you can put your headphones out. So does the Camelbak right here. It's even got a little picture of an iPod. You put your, you know, put it in here in this nice felted area. So they're fairly comparable that way, with maybe the Camelbak having a little bit more external space and the Hydrapak Morro having a little bit more internal space. You can see here that, you know, this pack actually, the pack part expands, versus on the Camelbak it's more of the external. So anyway, moving forward from that, the first thing that broke on my Camelbak was it was actually the water bladder that's in here. So if I pull this out, you can see that right here there used to be this like clip thing, and I could clip that onto this yellow string on the inside. And that's important because this is full of water, and you know, it basically hangs by this string. So as you're riding, if it wasn't hanging by something, it would slowly get smushed and kind of ends up down here. And that's, you know, it's kind of bulging, and so it's important to keep these things straight. But the unfortunate thing is that the clip broke, you know, and you can't really fix that, you know. There's unless you like tied a string around this or something. So I was kind of disappointed with that. Otherwise, this works pretty well. You know, you've got this, you unscrew it like this, hold it under your sink, fill it up with water or Gatorade or whatever. Sometimes it's a little clunky, and I have an aerator in here right now that's to keep it dry and so it doesn't get moldy. But you know, you hold it over the sink like this and it kind of fills up. It's a little wonky, but I mean, this is a very innovative product at the time, and it's held up pretty well. You know, I take good care of my stuff. So anyway, let's see what Hydrapak has done to address that and where it really stands out. So again, they both have a padded back. They're fairly similar. They both got the, you know, side straps. They got the chest strap. It's equivalent in my opinion. But Hydrapak has done some really cool things with the internal bladder. They've got the same sort of hanging string deal going on here, but theirs actually connects to a much better clip that's much more durable. You can see it right here. So this clips on just like this. See, like that, and then it holds it. So the same thing's going to happen. It's going to keep your bladder upright, like as you're walking along or you're biking or whatever. It's going to keep it from getting all scrunched down, small in the bottom. But I really feel like this is a better design, and it's going to, you know, hold up longer. I haven't had this one as long, so who knows? But you know, I've felt them both, and this is, I think, a better solution. Also, I really like the solution that they've got here for the bladder. You can completely disconnect the hose and get it out of your way. You know, you just, like that, boom. So now the bladder is completely separate. There's like a little safety leash thing here, and it's connected to this pincher. Like if you've ever done like a Ziploc bag or those freeze-dry things, it's very much like that. So you've got this plastic thing, you pull the bag off of it, and that's what seals it. Right, like that. So there's no screwing, there is no holding it sideways under the sink. You just hold it straight up, and this opens up just like a kind of like a Ziploc bag. You just pull it like this, and you can see right in. And I mean, that's a big opening right there. And I just think that it's a good design. You know, you're not restricted, you're not holding it sideways. The one thing you have to be careful of is if you go out on a ride or you go out on a hike and this is still kind of full, and you take it out, like this has happened to me before, where I'm getting back and I'm like still got water in here, and I pull this thing off and I flop it over and psh, like all the water comes flying out because even though I said it's like a Ziploc, there's no like click. It's just mushed together, and that's what really, this is what keeps it closed. So as soon as you take this off, be careful because you could end up spilling Gatorade all over your carpet or something. That wouldn't be any fun. But other than that, great design, you know, and you can replace these little sleeves. You don't need to replace the tube too. You don't need to. You can just replace this. You know, so you could even have a Gatorade sleeve, and you could have, you know, your water sleeve, which I think is really nice too, because you don't want to, you know, have like your orange juice tasting waters, and it's like that kind of thing. So I really think that Hydrapak took something that was a great product, and they took it to the next level and have really improved on their designs. And I know Camelbak's also improving on their stuff. And I mean, obviously I still have this pack and it's still holding up great for me, but it's really cool to see some of the little things that I've had to deal with over the years. Snowboarding, it's a valve thing, or, you know, keeping this out of the way, the magnetic thing, that's kind of cool. You know, versus on the Camelbak, I kind of, you know, I weave it through, and you know, it's cool. It's kind of a nice little upgrade. They're about the same price. When I looked online, I could find them for similar price range, like 80, 90 bucks. But occasionally the Hydrapak was like 90, 100 bucks. So I think this is a little bit more of the high end. But if you do your, you know, if you search right, you can get them for about the same price. And I think they're both great picks, depending on what you're doing. So have fun out there, enjoy your hikes, or your biking, or your snowboarding.
One more quick point about the packs here. You can see the Camelbak Mule on the right. I turned the flash on my camera, and there's two bright reflectors at the bottom, just reflective paint. And I think overall this pack is a little bit more visible because they use this silvery fabric, you can see. And it's just nice that they built that in. Now both do have a piece of webbing at the bottom, and you can click on a flashing bike light if you want. So that's nice, but you know, props for Camelbak just building that in from the start. Back to the Hydrapak. The bladder, you can actually turn that thing inside out, and I forgot to mention it, and that's great for drying it out and cleaning it. So again, both great packs. They both got some cool features. Have fun.